was my cousin Jim talking about how when I first started dating Joe, I had told him that, I've known him forever, that I went to high school with him. I went to high school with his sister. And I said, I think he used to have a little crush on me back in high school. And Jim's like, oh my gosh, you're his Rachel. And he talked about that in the wedding video. So it was pretty fun. Jim said, Chandler, for sure. I have a job with data where none of the people in my life understand what I do, and I make every uncomfortable situation into a joke. I even have a godson named Chandler. Amy says Chandler as well, with a little LOL. Good one, Amy. Kathy says, definitely Monica, OCD me. And Dawn says, I identified most with Gunther, always on the outside looking in. I wasn't sure how to take that, Dawn. I just put a little wow face because I didn't know if you were like being serious or if you were trying to be funny. But yeah, very quippy response there. Now, Joe did not respond, but he told me that he was going to, and he thought he had more time, but he said that he was going to say the character he most identified with was Fun Bobby, which I thought was pretty funny as well. My husband, he's funny, isn't he? He can be really funny, I got to tell you. He has his moments. So, yeah, he is Fun Bobby. He, instead of drinking 2 bottles of wine, though, will drink a case and a half of beer. Okay, I exaggerate a little. Just a little, I exaggerate. So there is some of our fun stuff for the day. Let me just quickly go over my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything. Nope, it looks like I'm good. So I'm going to go right on to the blog post today. And today I am talking about overcoming the obstacles in your life. I posted a post from Brendan Bouchard, who is someone I follow on Instagram and who will be at the conference that I'm attending in November. He will be one of the speakers. I'm very much looking forward to it. And he had put up a post that said, never let your past or current circumstances limit the vision for your future. You are more than what has happened to you. So think about that and let it resonate for a minute. You are more than what has happened to you. No matter what has happened in the past or what is going on right now, you can change the ending to that story to make it a happy one. In fact, that is the only thing you have power over at this point, how you respond to the things that have happened to you. Part of my transition away from pessimism was the realization that everyone has bad stuff happen in their lives. When I was a Debbie Downer, I was convinced that I just had bad luck, that I had to endure more than most, that everything bad always happened to me and not others. Now I realize, so not true. It may have felt that way because I tended to wallow in my misfortune. Now I know that everyone has times in their life that are challenging. It is all in the way you respond to your circumstances. Even if you've truly had this short end of the stick, even if you really had to endure more than most, you can still be the happiest version of yourself possible. When you're sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, feeling like a victim, remind yourself there are people who have it so much worse and still manage to persevere. I'm not saying it's good to look at others and their downfalls and take joy in that, but remind yourself, as tough as you think you have it, it could always be so much worse. Now, this has been kind of a tough time in my life, although I don't think I let that be known. I'm trying not to let it be known. I'm trying to be happy and positive and inspirational, and I'm very honest about my circumstances, and I know that I can't let them get me down. I can't let anything dictate my life and how I want it to go, other than myself, other than my own actions. Now, I'm still stinging from the loss of my job that I feel, in my opinion, was very unfair for me. At the same time, finding out my mom left me out of her final wishes. I've talked about this before because I'm sure, yes, sure, she wanted to send me a message that I was not good enough. Message received, Mom. I try not to let these things get me down, but honestly, they do. But I get up every day. I try to spread my message of inspiration and positivity because I need to hear it as well. If I just sit around feeling sorry for myself, which, sometimes I think to myself, yeah, that would be nice. I'm going to let both of those situations get the better of me. And honestly, I just don't want to let them win. And I won't. I will proceed with my life in the most satisfying way possible. So take that. Always remember that it's not your circumstances that dictate your life and how it unfolds. You are always in charge of how you live your life. You can be sad, depressed, and not have much fun. Or you can work past your issues and have the best life you possibly can. Did you have a trauma in your childhood? More recently even? You can overcome it. You can look forward instead of back. You take the time you need to heal. I'm not saying just pretend like it didn't happen. I can't do that. Take the time you need to heal, then forge ahead with your head held high. Don't let them bring you down. They say if you can forgive, that is the best possible scenario. And I imagine that's true. I'm not that evolved, though. I can't imagine that I will ever forgive my mother for wanting her final message to me to be one of revenge and of trying to make me feel bad about myself. However, I will not let it affect my daily life or my happiness. But I honestly don't know if I will ever get to a place where I will forgive her for wanting that to be my final memory of her. Now, none of this is easy. I'm not trying to say that by any means, but it all starts with looking forward instead of back. That's why it's so important to have goals. It keeps you looking forward. Eye on the prize, people. Eye on the prize. And to truly change your way of thinking, you have to be grateful for things you already have in your life. I used to think this wasn't possible. I used to think, my life is so crappy. There's nothing I'm grateful for. You're not looking hard enough. There's always something to be grateful for. Or you're not grateful for enough things in your life. You can be grateful for the roof over your head. You can be grateful for your crappy car. You can be grateful for your pet. You can be grateful for the body that gets you through the day. You can be grateful for your dinner. You can be grateful for all kinds of things. So I'm going to talk more about gratitude journaling tomorrow and how you can get started on one easily. I've been hearing from people, I just don't know what to write. So I'm coming out with a guide of how to make it the easiest it can possibly be. And that will hopefully get you into the habit, have you do it on a regular basis, because the more you do it, the easier it is to find things to be grateful for, and it will set you up to look for the positive throughout the day instead of the negative. This is so important for people who are trying to transition their way of thinking from focusing on the negative to looking for the positive. It's what changed everything for me. Not only does it make you find things that you're grateful for in the here and now, but it literally starts to change the way you go about your day because you are looking now for positive things to write down in that cute little notebook with your favorite pen. Like I said, I'll talk more about this tomorrow. But it is Monday, people. You know that it is my favorite day after Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because of all of the possibilities and opportunities ahead of us. Let's make it a great week. So look for the positive today instead of focusing on the negative. I know you can do it. Not that hard. So go make it your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Ellen, have me on your show.